Before we get started with any dances, let's start with a nice warm-up. This warm-up is geared more towards heels only, no pole. To begin, we're going to start roughly the same way we start for pole, warming up our system with that back and forth waddle like a little Lego, arms out in a T, and squeezing those shoulder blades, pulsing the arms. Remember, we're going to do 20 palm facing the front, 20 palm facing the ground, and then 20 palm facing the back. Go ahead and give yourself about 30 to 40 seconds to complete this movement. Continuing forward, you're going to bring your arms down by your sides and make nice, large, slow circles. Nothing needs to be quick here. We're just priming the body for movement, keeping yourself nice and tall, allowing your weight to shift side to side. 20 to 30 seconds to the back, and then 20 to 30 seconds, nice and slow, to the front. Go ahead and give yourself a little bit of time to complete this movement, and we'll move on to the next. Our next movement is all about the wrists. We're going to make big circles leading with those pointer fingers and fan fingers. Nice big circles. Make nice big circles on this one. Don't be afraid to move your fingers around. You're gonna do about 20 to 30 seconds going in one direction, and then 20 to 30 seconds reversing that movement. And you're gonna start with those pinkies first. So give yourself a little bit of time to complete this movement. Straight into our next movement, you're gonna put your hands together, elbows together, and make a figure 8. This figure 8 is going to help warm up the wrists and go about 8 to 10 rotations and then switch it around. All right, we're going to move into the spine. We're going to do some body rolls, just nice and light, but big, right? I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I'm going to make these really exaggerated. Really push your body into the ground as you're coming through. Keep that core nice and tight, okay? So no hanging belly, okay? Keep it tight. Lead with the chin and the forehead. Curve, squat, and lead with the head back up, okay? You're gonna do about 10 to 12 of these, nice and big. And then you're going to reverse it and do the opposite direction. Really push those feet into the floor as you move through this wave. You're going to do about 10 to 12 in each direction. Since we're already in a little V position here, straddle position, we're going to widen up just a little bit more, and we're going to switch those hips from side to side, keeping that core nice and tall. You're going to do just nice and light like this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Once you've hit 20 to 30 seconds of this movement, you're going to bring yourself down and keep switching those hips as you move forward. Really bending yourself in half and then coming back up. We're going to do this about 10 times. Nice and slow, no need to go fast. If you're going faster than me right now, you got to slow down, queen. No need to go fast. You're going to do about 10 of these, and then we'll move into our next movement. All right, for this next movement, we're still warming up those hips. We've moved into the belly button, into the hip area. We're going to turn the toes out to 45 degrees, and we're going to draw a U with our pubic bone. Shifting our weight from one leg into the other. Drop it down. As you do this, we want to make sure that we're not staying here, right? That weight is still pushed back behind us. Okay? Make sure those toes are lined up. My floor has lines. That makes it easy. That does matter, right? And we're going to shift and come up. Shift and come up. You're going to do about 10 one direction and 10 to the other. The goal is to mostly use your hips. You'll notice that I'm not really moving my torso out of the center of here, meaning that I'm not going here. So if you're shifting your whole body, we just want to shift the hips, okay? Now we're going to start moving down into the ankles here. So first we're going to sit on the ground and do some circles. You can just sit in an L position here. You are welcome to sit in an L position like this, and we're going to point one foot and flex the other. As you point, you're going to think about pointing through your big toe and allow your other toes to simply follow the movement. You're going to do about 20 to 30 seconds of this, and then we're going to move into circles. Moving in those big toes, drawing the circle with the big toe. It's okay if your legs turn out. They're not meant to stay stationary. You're human, let them move. So you're gonna do about 12 to 15 circles in, 12 to 15 circles out. All right, moving again through that big toe, keeping yourself nice and tall and breathing. All right, coming back up onto our feet, we're going to come back into that straddle stance, also known as a sumo stance. Toes always at 45. You'll notice that your knees are automatically wanting to point outwards, so we always want the feet to match that angle for safety of the joints. We're going to squat down, and we're going to lift one side at a time. Really pushing those toes into the floor. You're going to do 10 on each side, right? Again, really keeping that core nice and tight, pushing those hips behind you, not straight down. They should be behind you as if you're in a chair. On this one, you're going to do 2 sets of this guy. 10 on each foot here, really keeping those hips back. Make sure you're not frog, right, or old man butt. We want it back, belly button tight. All right, my celestial babe, one more movement to warm you up. That is some calf raises. These are pretty simple. You can put your hands right on your hips or in front of your body. Either one is fine. You want to stand hip width apart and make sure that you're really pressing those toes into the floor to lift your body up off of the floor. If you're struggling to keep yourself upright and you're pushing forward, squeeze those glutes, squeeze the core, draw it in. Don't suck in. There's a difference there. You won't be able to breathe if you suck it in. And exhale on the way up. This is going to engage more muscle fiber as you exhale on the part that feels the most difficult, which is pushing our weight away from the floor, right? So we're going to press through those toes, and you're going to do 2 sets of 20 of these. This is going to prime your ankles and your calves and your feet to be in your heels. After this, you can go ahead and put your heels on. We're going to move into the lesson. Hello, Queen. Welcome to your first heels tutorial. If you do not have a pair of jazz heels, which is what I'm wearing here. These are from danceandsway.com. They are made to order. Be prepared to wait about 3 weeks, but they are so worth it. I wear these for 2 hours and my feet do not hurt. So I highly recommend snagging yourself a pair if you do not have a pair of jazz heels yet. These are specifically made to dance in the style that we're about to dance in. Today, I'm going to teach you the basic heels walk. This does take some practice, so be patient with yourself and stand nice and tall. We're going to go over some basic components of this walk. Don't worry, this has nothing to do with pole. It's just you and your heel. A basic heels walk isn't quite the same as just walking in your heels when you're out on town with your girlfriends, right? When we walk in a heel, we walk ball of the foot first. And in heels walking, we kind of walk hip first, almost like a model, right? But we still draw ourselves up to the ceiling and stand tall, squeezing those glutes to protect the low back. As we do this, you'll notice that I kind of turn my foot out just a little bit and step by shifting my weight into it. Whatever foot you're stepping on, you're going to shift and shimmy your hip in that direction, okay? So I'm going to show you towards you, and I'm going to show you diagonal to you. Generally, as we start in what's called a bevel. The knee is in, the toe is kind of drug along the ground, right? And the hip is out. See that S shape? And you're going to step, shift that weight, step, shift that weight. And from the back, right? We're here. We're going to step, shift, step, shift. You want to make sure that you're stepping in tandem, which means that's one foot in front of the other. So not out here. We want to be right here. That hip shift is what helps you keep your balance. And you're going to stay with the toes really planted into the floor. Right? Because again, if we walk heel first, that's really bad for the heel first off, right? But also, not only can it destroy the heel, you may fall. If you have poorly made heels, you will fall. It will break, right? So this is why heels are elevated so that we walk on the balls of the feet. The heel is just elevated to make us look sexy and sleek. Starting diagonally now, right? In our bevel, and we step, shifting that weight into the hips. Everything is tall. Coming back. And it should kind of feel like you're gliding just a little bit, right? Again, we stay very tall, nice and tall. Almost as if somebody's taken you and pulled you up this way. Should feel like your belly button comes back, your ribs are back, stacked over the hips, over the knees, right? And we walk. It's good to start on the opposite leg sometimes, right? We have a tendency to go to whatever side is our dominant side. This will, in fact, overtrain you and create muscle imbalances. So it's important sometimes to start on the opposite leg. Putting that ball of the foot on the floor first. One side's always going to feel a little bit different than the other too as you walk. Now this is just your basic jazz walk. This is something you're going to see a lot in heels dancing, right? We see it in a lot of entries. We see it used as a point of transition. Practicing this walk is fundamental for smoothness within heels dancing. Really thinking about being tall the whole time. Now, I want you to practice touching your body and moving your arms a bit, because a lot of the time we see new students go, okay, Morticia, even she moved more. So we're going to start with our bevel, whichever side you prefer. It does not matter at the moment. And you're going to walk, and I want you to drag your body, your hand up your body and move your arms. Feel yourself shifting inside of your own body from leg to leg as you touch, move your arms. All right, Queen, take some time, practice your heels walk, touch your body, move your arms, move your torso with it, do fun things, right? Practice that, and we'll see you in the next lesson.